It's funny because I think this is something that comes as a surprise to a lot of people. They're like Atlanta Housewives, you're in technology and software. It's kind of seems a little bit different. But one thing about, all the Housewives programs, a lot of the Housewives are working on some really amazing businesses. And I think I just bring it a different angle in, which I think has been great exposure. So I work in software and technology. I run an innovation and startup hub in Atlanta. So I spend my time helping other entrepreneurs, early stage founders build scalable technology companies. So I think one of the greatest gifts of coming on this show is reaching so many masses of women and people of color in particular that have asked, like, how do I build a business? How did you transition from nursing to technology? So being able to showcase that and reach out and reach a lot more people to encourage them to build business has been an incredible part of being on this show. So I also run a lot of technology accelerators and incubator programs. The last one that I just finished, it was 6 months. We had 30 early stage people of color, women, LGBT entrepreneurs, helping them build and scale their businesses. So oftentimes, it's hard for them to access capital. It's hard for them to get those first corporate innovation partners to pilot their technology or their business on. So we work really hard to help them scale that and make those connections so that they can be successful. So it's been awesome. And I can't tell you how much it means to me when people reach out and they're just like, thank you for showing this on the show. Like, this is really interesting to me. This is something that I hadn't previously seen on the show, and we really appreciate it. I feel like with Theranos, it's a great example, but the video just came out on Netflix, and so now everyone's talking about it again. There's been a book about it. I've been fascinated. So I have kind of followed this along because initially, like, Elizabeth Holmes was kind of a unicorn in the technology area, right? And this is part of, I think, what sensationalized it so much, because there aren't a lot of women who get VC funding and can build companies like this. So if you look at the statistics now, it's less than 10% of women that get venture capital funding. So when Elizabeth hit the scene with this really revolutionary idea for, technology and healthcare, and basically she was promising to help us live longer. If you really caught on to what her whole dream was with a drop of a little stick of blood. So people want to believe in that. People, I think, are woke and really trying to help women succeed. That, I think, unfortunately, is an example where a lot of the checks and balances just disappeared with fervent hope for her success. And it seems almost impossible if you look at how this whole series of investors and people that just got behind her and got on board continued to push her. But I almost think, to be honest with you, it's a little bit unfortunate because now I think people are very weary. I look at a lot of biotech deals and, we send it out to other people in our syndicate and they're like, oh, is this another Theranos? And that's awful. Yeah. So I hopefully that'll diminish and the hype will die away from that. We can get back to just building big companies and seeing more women founders succeed and win.